Right, hello. Well, I hope you can see me. Molly and Sandra have gone off to go and do the market, and I just came up here to see if I could start sort of moving these the beehives around and all the frames, because they're sat here, and as you can see, that's the fire planes blew a big hole in the shed. I'm now in here trying to avoid rotten floor. I hope you can see this if you're in shot. There's big rotten sections here, so I've got to be quite careful with what I'm doing. And I'll put a link to the first video up here, which was where we were trying to set up a hive of bees for less than 20 euros, which we achieved in the fact of the money, but we lost the bees to wax moth. I've got big rubber gloves on. I'm struggling to hold the tripod, and I'm starting to heat up in this quite a lot. I've even got a fleece on under here to give me some thickness so they can't sting me. Well, they've come back to the hive. They all disappeared last year because of the wax moth, so we got lots of bees in there. I've just given them a tiny little puff of smoke. I've lifted the lid off and it's bigger than what we had last year, so I'm going to quickly show you. And I've just taken the lid off, which was adhered to the top, but you can see, well, I'm a bit worried they're gorging on that honey, but that's some work that they've done in there. So I think I really need to put a few more frames in, because that's filling up. So it's got propolis in there, but we've noticed, yeah, look, there's the wax moth in the corner at the back there, and I've just noticed them pulling them out of here and destroying them and chopping them up. There's another bit on the woodwork there. That's a wax moth, more of it there. And poor Molly and I were so disappointed we lost them last year. So, but I think I need to take some advice from a couple of friends that know more about this than we do. Hello, we're back for bees again. Don't know if you can see us. That's the beehive you saw in our last video last year when we found some bees. That was up there this morning. Because it's so high up, it's very awkward to get into, and eventually we want to take this out of here and I want to put it in the garden outside, because I think the reason the last lot got attacked, one, maybe we didn't clean the hives out as well as we should have done, although we did everything you should have done. But I think it's because it's in this room, you can't see it, but all along here is all the old frames and boxes and lids, and it's all covered in bits of wax and comb, and that's apparently what will attract the wax moth in. And then obviously he finds a working hive and he's got a bonus. So they're a little bit in a thick column coming up here where I've moved it. I moved it about 30 minutes ago, and they were all going back to the original site, so I left them alone because I could see the other bees fanning the pheromone out. So I think the majority of them now know that the hive's moved and where it is, and we're going to show you inside it, and hopefully see us not make a mess of it. We bought one of these bottom trays, that's a normal landing board, and we're going to take the box off of it and put it on here, because of the problem we had last time. We can see the wax moth all right and help kill those, but the what are they? Hive beetles. Yeah, they'll fall through this mesh. The wasps will push them down forward, and the bees, the wasps, the bees, and we've got to put cooking oil on the bottom, and that will kill the mites, and it will give us an idea of how many there are, if there's an infestation or not, because we want to try and really learn more about it ourselves, but not lose this wonderful second chance we've had at having
bees. What? You saw it taking something into the hive, really?
He's attacking a wax moth as we speak. Yeah, there we go. There's one just there. I doubt you're going to see it. Here he is, come right there. He is, and he's down on the floor now, and he's got a wax moth that he's killed and he's taking out.
To the camera on the thingy?
There we go. He's gone. He's left it.
Is that the hive? Yeah.
So that's a wax moth. Well, what's left of a wax moth? We've just relit the smoker. And you shouldn't technically be using these at this time of the year because of the fire ban, but technically we're in a building, but just to make sure, we brought the fire extinguisher off the tractor up here. So I'm going to start taking the lid off this box. I'm probably going to be a bit cack-handed because the floor is rotten, and I'm really worried about falling through the floor, and I've got to get used to using my new hive tool. Right, well, I'm going to try and do it from the back, so you guys get a better view. So if I get stung, it's all your fault. I'm bound to get stung. thanks very much to James Phillip, who made a donation to us about a week ago. Because of that, we've managed to buy Molly a bee jacket, so she's not wearing a strimmer mask and hoodie you had on last time, wasn't it? And I bought some gloves, and we bought a hive tool. So if we were doing the beehives for 20 quid this year, we failed already, because I made my pupper last year out of a coffee can and a bit of old sofa. And it works very well, apart from me not having quite enough. There we go. Although I don't want to blow too much of it. Well, I'm hoping it's alright to do it like that, because I'm not blowing it directly at the bees. I've already opened this today, so... Whoa, look at that lot. I mean, compared to the stuff we had last year, that's huge, isn't it? I guess I really need to try and take these frames out. We put these frames in the other day just in case the bees wanted them, and I put a wax sheet in here, and because of the heat the top's curled over and it's stuck to their comb. So, oh yeah, they're starting to stick this frame down. Heard that. Well, they're on that bit, but I don't know what they're I don't think they're particularly doing anything to that yet. If anybody knows and can see, it's just that you can see when I've put it in the heat, the wax has fallen over, the top's curled over, and it's touched their actual comb. So here's the comb that these guys have built up. These frames here were left from the last year, and I'm a bit... There's one comb that comes this way, and it's coming back, and the bees are inside it, and I've not seen that on whatever we've been reading up about. And there's an edge of the comb here with a hole in it, and it's full of bees inside. So I really don't know quite what's going on and how I'm meant to go about dealing with it. Now I know we're meant to start on the outside and work your way in. So it's this side, but it's well, I'm gonna have to try, aren't I? We're gonna get nowhere. And I don't want to over smoke them. I don't want to under smoke them, so I get them angry and I get stung or do something wrong. I'm not scared of getting stung, it's just that if you're getting stung you're doing something wrong, and I want to do the best I can for this lot. We don't want to lose them. Right, well that's separating there, that's starting to split that comb, but I can see that this frame is full up with comb. Nice and flat. Then this one's on the outside of that, that one's on the outside of that. And I know you want to put your new frames in the middle, so I'm not liking the look of this. That is filled with bees in there. I'm probably doing this completely wrong. I'm pulling it away from the other one very slowly. It's splitting the comb. Oh, it's full of honey. Not that we're going to take any yet, but I've seen people help cut the comb, although I don't even want to do that in case I squish a bee, or even worse, what, the queen. Right, well here we go. Cool, blimey, that weighs I say that's got to weigh over 1 kilo.
Oh wow!
That's heavy. So I don't know if anybody can see what's on it. It's experienced, and it looks like I'm dripping honey. Yeah, there's honey falling through to the bottom board. Right, so let's think about this. This one's on the outside. And then we want to put some of those newer frames inside, sweetheart, but we've got one here. I think we should cut this comb off and put it in another frame. God, I feel cack-handed. Right, there's a bee in that cell there. And I've got a frame, sweetheart.
Okay.
I really could do something to go underneath it.
Underneath of this?
Yeah.
Can't you use this, that to fall on?
Yeah.
Yeah? Does that work for you? You need rubber bands?
Yeah.
Or twine, what would you prefer?
Bands, I think, because we did that last time. I tried with the twine. And that was, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here, guys, and I don't think I am. Bollocks. So that was up the top. We'll take some ink from here.
Nah. They just snap.
Well, you probably overpulled them, they snapped last time. They had some rot when I bought them. Just no, take your right finger out, that's it, because that's half an inch you've gained. No, you're being too aggressive there. Yeah.
Or the frame or the...
But we need to be quick.
Do you want to use the string? Because that's not going to snap.
Well, now I've got honey all over my gloves, so everything I touch is sticking to me. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but right, absolutely useless, like it was last year. I think we'll just take that bit. I'm doing an absolutely hideous job of this. I'll put that outside. Well, close to the door or something, please, Danny. Oh, I really don't know what I'm doing. Oh. There's no queen on it, by the way, I did look. So what would you say that we put the... You pass me out some new frames, Molly. I don't know, what would you do? Put foundationless frames in here and then just put these on the next brood box on top? Because I'm assuming these are getting close to 70 or 80% full, and I was just worried that if we left it any longer they were 80% full of what they had to lay on, and I was worried that they would swarm, if I've got that right. We're in a bit of a tiz, we've got no room up here, we're standing on like parts of the floor that we're happy enough that aren't going to just collapse underneath us. I think we can get one more in here, Molly, but I'm going to have to... I hope this is going to be right. Well, I suppose I can chuck the rubbish on the floor in here because we're moving them and it's full of beehive equipment, so it's not going to make any difference, I don't think. I've got combs stuck here right where the frame wants to go. So I'm assuming I'm going to have to clean that off. Well, I hope. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, if somebody knows, please tell me what I should be doing here, because I really don't I've got a comb stuck right on the edge of the box here, then I've got this one, then I've got this frame that they filled that looks like it's been filled on a foundation. It's very good in the frame. And I've got this monstrosity off the side, and I really don't know where to start, where to give them what's best. I'm assuming I should cut this comb off the top because I'm going to put the board on now. Now they've got enough here, is take this off, put oh, I can't remember what the board's called now.
I want to say it's a feed board, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, like feeder board, top board, so we're going to put one of these on. And we've got some sugar feed. I know they're coming in with quite heavily covered legs with pollen, so I think there's a fair bit of food out there, and they've built this in maximum 2.5 weeks. So right, let's get on and see if we can hurry this up. So I'm going to do what I've just suggested, and I'm going to cut the top of this off.
Smoke them first.
No, it should be enough actually.
Yeah.
It's not so strong then, is it?
Because when you spray them, they're supposed to go down.
Yeah. Oh, honey. Honey, honey, honey. I'm hoping I haven't done by wrong moving it, but I've only moved it a metre or so. Was that then coming out of the hive, do you think? Since we smoked it?
Maybe. Oh, there's one on you.
Now we'll leave them there to feed on that honey. Right.
Put it up.
Yep.
Is there a limit?
Just below the lip of the orange thing. I'll tell you when I can slip up and smell it. It's too big. Or is it? No, it's not. Oh, I put something like that. Okay. These little girls are cleaning up. That's a blob of the honey that fell off that they're cleaning up. There's bits more there. Trouble is, this had a big landing board on it, and this new oh, what do you call it, grilled base didn't come with a landing board, and I've got this one. Right where that bee's landed is one hole, and this one's about 1 inch apart, so I thought the best thing to do was at least give them something that is is reminiscent of home. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, or thinking too much into that. I suppose an entrance is an entrance to a bee to some degree, but they're coming in and out now, so I'm hoping that the lot that are hanging around there where the hive used to be, there's quite an obvious column of them there. Then there's this lot, and then there's the lot that have been coming and going from where I've moved it quite happily. So I'm hoping by tomorrow this lot are all going to be back in their hive, but I don't know if I'm going to touch wood. We haven't been stung yet, and they don't seem that annoyed considering what I've done to them. So tell me if you think I've done alright or we've done alright. Molly hasn't done a lot yet, bless her, and she wants to. Right, well, Molly and I the last time separated the combs apart, and we put them in separate frames. How long ago was that? About a week ago now.
Yeah.
So 5+ days, about 7 or 8 days ago. So it's about time to go and look and see if they're building anything on the wax foundations.
They don't seem too angry today.
No, I think they're very lucky. Like Molly's just said, they don't seem very angry, and they've been very, very good to us so far. As I had one just bump me in the face.
Because I don't believe our boxes are the same as more modern day boxes. It's a lot. How many frames have we got currently got in here?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
10, but it does look like there could be enough space
There's
for 11.
Space for 11, if we could get them completely closed up, which we haven't managed to do yet.
As our frames have got metal notches on them to keep them perfectly spaced apart.
Right, well, as you can see, they've bridged that across to the other comb, which is oh no, I was right, it's a wax foundation that's collapsed, but they're building from it, they're building on it, and they've actually built that up quite a bit.
Oh wow, yeah.
Look how deep the coning is on it, so that's great news. Oh, that one looks bizarre. They've done quite a bit of work, I think, haven't they, Molly, since we were last here? I think they have. And I'm trying to keep the smoking to an absolute minimum. Oh. Heavy, heavy.
Oh wow, one side's covered in what I believe to be honey.
Right. This looks like where I buttered, so I found out online what it's called. This is a honey frame. And here it was growing out beyond the frame and touching into the other one, so we squished it down, and you can see there they've capped it. That's all honey on that side, and then this side I thought I saw, yeah, there's some brood. I can't see any larvae though. Oh look, there's some brood there with white. See them? I'm trying to show the camera, darling.
Yeah.
But I've noticed when we're in here and we're filming. In fact, let's move that camera to here. Whoa, 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 whoa! My foot just went through a hole in the floor. Not happy. There's some brood happening there that's been capped. And hopefully this is going to be one of the last visits we make for a while, because right, and that's one we put in there with bands, as you can see. Being careful of that hole in the floor. So if anybody knows and wants to give their opinion on what they think's happening, so we know a bit more, we would be extremely grateful. Right, well, they've joined these two together just marginally. And I keep forgetting to bring my glasses. They're actually really quite awesome to hold.
Oh yeah, they're starting to eat through the elastic bands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it looks like this is brood. I am. I'd be more upset about the damage taking the frame through the floor with me than I would be about myself. Well, I can see what look like oh, I forget the name now, like little white maggots in the cells around here. Larvae, that's the word, Molly. I mean, is this ready to put another brood box on the top?
Even though we do have one empty foundation left still.
Yeah, we've got one or two foundations in here which they haven't built on, but they're starting to build on one of them.
Yesterday it was 38 degrees, so it's very warm.
Well, there's larvae in there,
Very large larvae.
in this side over here. And then we've got this one here. That's coming up a little bit high there. So I think I ought to chop that off, I'm not quite sure.
Unless it's a queen cell.
No. No, they look like a peanut, don't they?
They've made little tunnel.
Good. Give them a puff, mate.
What?
I believe there's a wax moth on the side of that frame on the outside. That. Yeah. Well, that can get squashed. Alright, this one's got honey, brood, nectar. We've not seen a queen yet. I mean, would you guys think we should have a queen with this much activity? There's lots more larvae in the bottom there. Or are these guys preparing themselves to make a new queen? I'd love to know. Give them a puff down that wall, sweetheart. Come on, get hop further away there. Up and down. That's better. Down the wall, sweetheart.
Oh, you still got it on there.
Thank you. Right, more honey. I'll give some smoke now. Plenty of it in the air. Right, and then we've got this last frame here. And they're building that out. That's what it looks like when you get it from the shop, which is just wax, and then that side you can see the comb is deeper. So they're drawing that out.
Should I grab that elastic band? Or
No,
they'll sweep it out?
no, they'll sweep it out.
Well, that's good that they're removing them.
Right, thank you very much, ladies. Well, it looks like we might get another frame in there now, Molly.
Now we will.
So it's an 11 frame box, is that correct, guys? I'd say you get another one in there, Molly. But this means 11 frames in a box, which I've not heard of before. So we're not quite sure if it's because they're old frames or what. You sort of drizzle it there. Yeah, slowly fill it up, otherwise it sort of it catches them up too quick. Yeah.
Oh no!
Maybe we ought to get rid of these strips now. There's no bugs.
I'm trying to see if you not kill you.
I'll get it in my garden unless you can pick it up with us. It's not those little things. That's the end of the video for now. If anybody knows about bees and is watching and you've got any tips, please give us some advice or something like that. We're reading and watching videos on YouTube and stuff, aren't we? But I think we get confused because you're either watching people in different countries with slightly different bees, or a different time of the year, or their hives in a different state, and you can watch one person, it makes sense, watch another, and it can be quite confusing, and all you're worrying about is these delicate things. So if anybody's got any good tips to give us on what we should be doing, we're intending to take this box off, strap it obviously so it doesn't come apart, and we're going to put it somewhere in the farm. We're obviously going to close the front up here. In the morning when we open it, we're going to have a board across the front so they retake their GPS so they know that they've been moved. And then we're going to put another brood box on top with 10 foundation frames inside. Then the sugar on top with a queen excluder, and then the lid back on the top outside. So please let us know if you think we're either putting too many brood boxes on too quickly, or what we might be doing wrong, please. So yeah.
Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you back here next week.
Take care.